Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to do something a little fun. We're going to start the single-player campaign of Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. I decided I'll take it easy and use the Bruiser character, who kind of matches the Brute character from the original Gloomhaven. I'll do one video per scenario. If I win, I'll move forward. If I lose, I'll replay. So you might watch me lose, you might watch me win, but it'll be fun. I'll show this up close in a second, but we got the little dividers in the box as well. So I'll get this started up and we'll see how quick we can get through this first scenario. Okay, everything is set up and ready to play. There is a tutorial in the book that comes with, but I'm not going to go through this as a tutorial. I'm just going to go through it as if I'm playing the game. So if you do have some questions about play, it's available online. So that's where you can get the rules. So I'm just going to start playing. Disclaimer, I did have to take off my contacts and put on some reader glasses so I could read this stuff. Don't laugh, you'll be this old someday too. So let's start the scenario. The shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First, a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of the very essence of corruption trying to end everything, but all's well that ends well. At the center of both events, hail a mysterious aesther who lives in a derelict tavern, the Crooked Bone. It is said she can turn anyone into a hero, exactly what you want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventurer, you'll get the acclaim that is due to you. So with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the Crooked Bone and, no, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of enchantment? You've been shrunk. And now we play scenario 1, a rude welcome. And to show how much we shrunk, look how little you are. That's my little fighter guy, the Bruiser. The Bruiser's name will just be Tabletop Jason because I'm boring that way sometimes. Scenario 1, a rude welcome. Got some fancy gear there. You whirl around, taking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you, luckily on par with your diminutive stature. So that guy shrunk too, I take it. Nice and shiny, like it's never been used. Hand it over and I'll let you live. Well, that simply won't do. Your gear is unused, but there's really only one solution for that. So we read until the goal. So we're fighting the bandit guards, and the goal is simply to defeat all the monsters. So now we flip it over. Here's the scenario card. Place that in the middle of the board, and we place the monsters, which are simply represented by the color of by a little cube with the color of the monster. So we got a blue one and a green one, and then their life counters are on these. Place the monster over here. So if you've played regular Gloomhaven, you draw cards for initiative and for strength and types of attacks. On this, we don't do it. It's a little bit different. We roll and use these charts. So we are now ready to begin. Okay, you start out with the 4 spells on the A side. To begin the round, you pick your spells and then determine your initiative and then roll for the monster's initiative. So I can move 1, 2, 3 spots to attack him. So what I'm going to do is use this one and then do a nice big attack with the warding strength, which will also give me advantage as long as I want to keep the card in play. So my initiative is 15, and now for the monster, we roll this dice. It landed on that's not a 1, it's a dash. The dash goes here. monster's initiative is 30. So each of those monsters, they go in the order of their number, so they'll each get 2 moves, 1 attack, and 1 shield. And they start with 1 shield and 8 life. I go first since I have the 15 initiative, so I'll do the top space here, which will give me, the bottom space here, which will give me 4 moves. So I'll go 1, 2, and now I will attack, so that'll do 3 damage, push 2, and give me advantage on my next turn. So I'll attack him for 3. And the way we do attacks, roll, it's a 0, so the 0 gives an attack bonus of 0. So I do 3 damage, but push 2, so I pushed him into the trap there, so he takes 4 damage. Perhaps. 8 minus 4 is 4, okay. And as long as I want to keep this card in my active spot here, I'll have advantage. I'm gonna have to make a little bit more room, aren't I? There we go. So this card goes actually, this is a little different than normal Gloomhaven. You flip it over to the B side, and then once it's done on the B side, then it goes to the discard pile. So in my hand, I'm left with these 3 cards for the next turn. Okay, so now I went, after you attack, you move this down 1, and now the monsters go. Monster 1 is the green one. So shoot, I forgot. I cheated almost. He had 2 shields, so I didn't do 4 damage. I only did 2 damage. Puts him at 6. There you go. It's a lot to remember. When it's just one player, you make mistakes. I never cheat, though. So if you catch a mistake, let me know I made a mistake. Don't accuse me of cheating, because cheaters never win. So this monster can move 2. They won't move through a trap, but I think I just pushed him onto the trap. I think you can pick how many spots you push him. So he's going to move 1 towards me, and then attack 1. So monster will attack me, and the attack bonus, so now we roll their bonus. That's instead of drawing a card. So +1, so they attack for 1, 2. So they attack me for 2, so I'm down to 10. Now this monster can move 2, and the monsters on bugs and buttons, they will not move through traps. Regular Gloomhaven, they might, I forget. But so the monster will go 1, 2, and that is all that monster can do with their turn. So now this moves down. Now we begin the next turn. I'll pick out my cards. I want to kill that guy, so I'm going to do these 2. So bottom has an attack, and so is top. So I'll do those 2, and then that's all that's left in my hand. So my initiative will be 27, and now we roll for the monsters' initiative. They get a minus, so they stay there. Initiative is 30, so I get to go first again. So I am keeping this for 1 round, so I get initiative. Advantage. An advantage on regular Gloomhaven, you draw 2 modifier cards and pick the best. On this, you just roll this twice and pick your best. So I'm using that advantage here on the attack. So I rolled a 0, and I rolled a 0, so advantage didn't do anything. So I get a +0 on the attack. So it's this one, so it gets 2, and it has pierce. So pierce 1, that negates his shield. So I get 2 +0, so I do 2 damage with that attack. And like I said, the shield was negated because I had pierce, so it puts monster number 1 down to 4. And now my second attack, I can do 3. And I roll for the modifiers. I rolled another 0 and a 0. Okay, so I did 3 damage, and that does... Oh no, I think I don't have pierce anymore. I'm just going to say I don't. I don't want to look that up. So I do, what did I say? I do 3. So I do 2 damage, leaves that monster at 2. And that should drop a wind elemental, but I honestly don't feel like digging that out because I'm not going to use it. So that's the end of this turn. Both of these were letter A, so they both flip over and stay in my hand. And now this one was used, so now it flips over to B. So whenever you use a B card, they go into discard. So I used all 4 cards, so now I have 4 B cards left. Then you have to, when you run out of cards, you have to do the resting to get them back. Okay, so now the monsters. This one goes first. We have to roll. Oh wait, we already rolled for their initiative. So that monster gets 1 damage. And 0 modifier. I have no shield, so that monster does 1 damage to me, puts me down to 9. Okay, and now this monster has 2 moves. 1, 2, not close enough to attack yet, thank goodness. Okay, so that is the end of that round. Pick out the cards for the next round. These are a little more powerful. I want to be able to kill things. I wonder if I can. So I could do 4 damage, that's no... wow, that's pretty useless. Retaliate 1. Well, because they have a shield of 1, I have to do 3 damage to kill that one. So I think what I'll do is use this card. Oh, I could use that wind thing. Let's pretend, okay. We know that the last one gave me a wind element. I don't know where those are, I don't want to dig it out. But so and then on the second one, I will want to, I guess I'll just heal. Okay, so my initiative is 18. I get to go first. So I will attack with this one first. The minus, so, oh no! I rolled a minus. So I do no damage. I get no attack to that one. That's sad. That is very, very sad. That was a waste. And then my second one, I could either move twice. I think I'm just going to stay there and use the healing ability. So that puts me up to 11. And my pitiful turn is over. So now monster number 1 rolls a plus. So they do plus 1 damage. So they do 2 damage to me from here. Puts me back down to 9. And now monster number 2 can move 1. And attack for 1. Rolled the minus. Oh, also gets a null. Well, that worked out pretty good. Let's go to my discard. My only choice for the next turn is to pick these, so I will do... Let's see, if I do this big attack, the card gets lost, but I think I'm actually going to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Add +1 to all your attacks this round. I'll do that. And then I'll attack 4. And... oh, and I can muddle them. Okay. All adjacent enemies get muddled, so both of my enemies will be muddled. Let me grab the muddle token here. Okay, so once I attack, they'll both be muddled. So, my initiative is 61. We roll for their initiative, plus... okay, they're doing bigger attacks, but That puts their initiative at 70, so I still get to go first, surprisingly. Okay, so that has 2, and player 2 has 8. Okay, I'm not going to do the muddles. Instead, I'm going to do this one, so that gets +1 attack to all my attacks. And I'll move, but I'll just move 0 spots. And then I'll attack 4, and I think I'm actually going to go all 4 just at the weaker one, just so that I can kill it. So let's roll for my modifier, and it's a plus. Did I advance those? You know what? I didn't, because we both had... See, there's so many things you have to remember. Okay, and I rolled a plus, so it gets a +1 on my attack. So I'm doing 4. That adds 5 and 6, but minus a shield. I do 5, but I still do plenty enough to kill it. Okay, and that is the end of my turn. So now the remaining bandit rolls to attack me. Rolls a minus, so the minus is a -1 on that attack, and it's an attack 2, so I suffer 1 damage. We're both at 8. Now I'm out of cards, so I can either long rest or short rest. Since I only have 1 monster left, I'm just going to short rest. So what that means is I discard a random card and get my hand back. So we'll just, how should we do it? 1, 2, 3. I'm not looking, and there. What did I pick? I lost my healing. What's on the other side? Well, that wouldn't have been that bad, I guess. So that's in my lost cards now. And now I pick out my cards for the round, and they come back on the A side after you do that. So I need to do as much damage as I can to this guy. I have... Okay, good. This provides an attack, and I don't really need to push him. I think I'll save this one, so I'll do these 2. And then I'm gonna have to rest, do another short rest if I don't kill the guy. Okay, so my initiative is 15 again. We roll for the bandits' initiative. They go to the 0, so their initiative is 50. They get an attack for 2 and a move for 1, so I go first. I'm going to attack 2 with Pierce. Did I forgot to move these again. Well, I'm remembering to move them before I go, at least. But you're supposed to do it after you go. Okay, so I rolled a 0, so I get a +0 on that attack for that one. So I do 2 damage with Pierce, so his shield is negated at least. So I do 2 damage to the blue one. Puts blue bandit down to 6. And now my second attack gets me a shield +1 and does 3 damage. Now we rolled a modifier. It's 3 minus 1, so it does 2 damage. Down to 4. Okay, and now monster attacks me. I'm at 8. So a monster, and I do have a shield +1. Monster rolls a minus, so -1, so monster does 2. -1, so the monster's doing 1, but I have a shield, so the bandit does no damage to me, so that worked out pretty well. Now we go back down here, and I have to short rest again because I only have 1 card. Well, I guess I have 3 cards then. Or no, I don't have to short rest. Hold on, what did I do? These go to the B side. Okay, so those are there. They come back to your hand on the B side, that's right. I was like, that'd be pretty quick to short rest. So I just want to do as much damage as I can. I'm going to do this. I lose that card after I use that big attack, though, but that's okay. And I'll do this one with a shield, too. So those will be 2 nice ones. After this round, I'll have to short rest if I don't kill him. My initiative then is 32, and monster, let's roll for their initiative. Got the plus, which puts initiative at 70, so I get to go first again. I'm gonna do my I'll do my shield attack, or shield first. So I have a shield 2, which is good, and now I do my attack of 6. Let's roll a modifier. The plus, so I do 7 damage, minus their shield of 1, I do 6 damage, and I still kill the final bandit. Take that, you blue cube. Ah, he is dead, and I have defeated the scenario with my little guy. So, now we go back to the original card. Not that card. We go back to this card. So we see our goal, defeat all monsters. We did it. And now, well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore, and it wasn't even particularly fancy to begin with, come to think of it. Got the job done at least, but your situation is quite dire. You'll need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to the original side, but for now you'll need to deal with the vermling that just appeared. Oh no. And then we'll talk about items later, but you do unlock items as you beat scenarios too. So now the collector comes. So let's see what the collector has to say. The collector took out the scavengers. I see the vermling offers. You're not the first to barge in on the hail and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together if we are to make the best of this. I assume you'd like to be big again, you nod. So I'm assuming the vermling must be small also, right? Then I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I've collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them, and in exchange, I will accompany you so that I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting into the crooked bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately, you look behind you to see the door now firmly closed. Yeah, the only way in is through the Buttons Kingdom across the road. Come on! So now we can equip items. So the way you equip items is, I'll have to look this up again, but you get the items that are on cards you've already uncovered, and you can take 1 or 2 depending on your level and things like that. So like this, take these boots, you use them once and you tap them, and then you don't get them until the next scenario. But now we look at scenario 2 is now unlocked. And on that note, we'll stop for now, and I don't know how often I'll do these, at least once a month, once or twice a month maybe, and see how far we can get on this game. But that does it for this scenario of Buttons and Bugs. I'll be back with a different video soon, and I'll be back with scenario number 2 at some point. So until then, thanks for watching.